Hold, please. Welcome back to Kels the Bookworm. I am, as you know, Kels. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, whatever you celebrate, whatever makes your heart happy. I hope that you enjoyed it. So today I just wanted to make a little short video of really like what my top 5 books of my life thus far are. The books that really got me into reading and my love of reading and literature. So I only thought that it was fitting that I wore my book shirt. So I'll zoom in, but as you can see, this shirt literally has 5 of my favorite books on it, and they are some of the most important books in my life. I know that sounds cheesy, but books are important, and I feel like in a world where people need so much instant gratification, it's hard. It's hard for some people who are introverts or bookworms, as people like to call us. It's hard for them to understand that it's okay to have your nose in a book all the time, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to hold a conversation better than somebody that doesn't. It's also important to find your purpose in life, and I think that books can really help with that in so many different ways. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my 5 favorite books, and I'd love to hear you guys' favorite books in the comments, and the reason why they're your favorite book. So let's dive in. I have loved reading since I was a very young girl. I have always read. I have always been the one who's reading myself to sleep at night or going to the library. Okay, sorry about that. Some of you that follow me from my personal life and my friends know that I recently lost my Mimi, and very recently. She was the one who got me to love reading, and she was my library partner for so many years, and so I've read since I was a little girl, because that was one of our favorite things to do together, was go to the library. So anyway, I'm gonna get myself together real quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I did not know that was gonna happen. Okay, so the first book that I want to talk about, and the first book on my shirt, is The Call of the Wild by Jack London. It is the book that I remember so vividly from my childhood. It tore me apart. Like those tears y'all just saw, I ain't got nothing on what The Call of the Wild did to me. I'm a huge animal lover. If you know me, you know that I'm plant-based. I'm a dog mom. I love animals. I'm also a veterinary nurse, so animals have a huge part in my life. So if you've read this book, you know what this book did to my heart at the end. So that book really stuck with me throughout my whole life, and it was one of my longest novels that I read as a very small child. I have the book in paper. I'm working on getting a collector's edition of the book just so I have it. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. The second book on my shirt, and the second book that is on my top 5 books, is the one that's sitting right beside me. And if you know, is the one in my profile picture. It's just, copyright. I had to blur out the cover. Stephen King's It is by far, hands down, one of the most well-written books I've ever read in my life. It is top 5 one of my favorite books. It is in the running for my favorite book. However, being a bookworm, it's hard to pick just one. So I've been terrified of clowns my whole life. When I read this book years and years and years ago, it really kind of like made that worse in a sense, but also too, I started feeling bad for Pennywise, and then I knew that I'm probably a little crazy. So yeah, and it's really sad to me because so many people have seen the movie and they've never read the book. The book is 1,000 times better than the movie ever thought about being. Even the new movie. Read the book. If you love reading, read the book. It is long, okay? It's long. It's like holy crap. It's like 1,000 pages, okay? I'm currently in the process of reading some of my other books on my to be read list so I can reread this book because it's been so long. So yeah. Anyway, read it. One of Kelsey's favorites. The third book that is on my shirt, and probably also a tearjerker for sure, is All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I read this book at the end of last year, or maybe the beginning of 2023, and it is scary how similar it is to a personal experience in my life. It is probably one of her best books she's ever written. The emotion in the book, you can feel it. You feel like that you're in the book. You feel like it's you going through this. Hands down, top 3. One of my favorite books ever. Like I said, I can relate to it very heavily. Yeah, so I'm not going to cry on that one. I've cried enough for one video. Number 4 on my top favorite books is another King book, The Shining. Again, if you have only ever seen the movie and you have never read the book, I'm disappointed in you. Read the book. I have the book on my other shelf in there. It's not in here. If you have seen my other bookshelf and some of my other videos, you know that I also have the head, breaking through. Here's Johnny from the movie. Yeah, okay. I have that face as a bookend on my other bookshelf. That is with all my Stephen King books, because all my Stephen King books are on my other shelf. So, hindsight, I probably should have done this video in front of that. Anyway, very well written, it'll just blow your mind. And it's also a very long book. It's a Stephen King book, duh. What else would it be? Very long book, however, you are engorged in that book. You cannot stop. And then, so there's The Shining and then there's Dr. Sleep. So if you read them, you can read both of them. Again, if you've only ever seen the movie, you gotta read the book. Last but not least, on my shirt and my top 5 books of my life thus far is Dante's Inferno. I know that that's probably funny and you guys are probably laughing right now. When I was at university, when I was young, so I graduated high school when I was 17, went to university, and had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was so very lost in the world. I had just copious amounts of stress and personal issues going on, and yeah. So I had this professor who taught literature, and at that point I was just a free major. I didn't really know what I was going into. I was majoring in psychology, but I knew that's not what I wanted to do. So I was taking literature, and she was amazing. And she was by far the best professor I ever had. One of the best teachers, but the best professor I had at university. And she really made us dive so deep into these books that hundreds and thousands and millions of people have read because they're forced to read them, right? However, that book truly solidified how much I have a passion for literature, how much I have a passion for writing, and how much I have a passion for just English in general. And I don't just mean the language. I mean the writing, the reading, the works of literature that have become so famous today. And it solidified the fact that it's okay to be intelligent. It's okay to have your nose in a book all the time. It's okay to be a bookworm. It is. It's fine. Because when you can have an educated conversation with somebody about a book or about something you've read or something you have read in the past or something that you're writing yourself, it just makes life fun, I'm not saying that people that don't read are not educated, or I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you can grow up in a totally different environment and turn to books and literature and completely change your outlook and completely change your thought process. You can learn to speak, you can learn to communicate, everything. So Dante's Inferno is also a very important book in my life. It also has it brings back a lot of memories of, somebody that really pushed me to be exactly me. Not anybody else, not doing what anybody else wanted me to do, but doing exactly what I wanted to do and what I was proud to do. And that's why this book is on my shirt as well. So let me know in the comments what you all's favorite books are. Let me know why they're your favorite, or if you have multiple favorites. I would love to know. I will post the link for the Etsy shop that made my shirt in the description. That way, if you guys need one, you can absolutely order one for yourself. I hope that you guys are enjoying these videos, and I am working on so much exciting stuff for you guys for the 2024 year. So hope to see you guys soon, and that's all for today. Bye guys.